Hey guys, Peter here again, back with another song application video. We're just keep going through all these keys, get you guys used to playing all these different chords. This particular one today is going to be in the key of E major, and we have a fun application today because we are going to be doing the song Don't Stop Believing" from Journey. Okay, so this one's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be working with something that probably a lot of you have heard before on the piano. Just a lot of fun, some basic chords to apply to the key of E major. If you guys haven't done it already, please make sure you guys go down and subscribe, hit the little notification bell so you guys get alerted when I do release another one of these videos, okay? And please go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. It really helps support the channel. I do appreciate you guys being here, and let's go ahead and get started in E major. Okay, so the key of E major has 4 sharps. We're just going to keep going through the C0, G1, D2, A3, E major now with 4 sharps. Just adding on to what we've already done. F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, and D sharp. Let's go ahead and take a look at what our scale will look like. Again, doing 2 octaves as usual. Okay, here we go. Go ahead and find any E, and we're going to go 2 octaves. So our thumb is going to be on E, and the great thing about this is if you've done my other video, C, D, G, D, and A, it's going to be the same fingering. Okay, just different notes. Here we go. E, thumb, F sharp 2, G sharp 3. Going to go to A on our thumb. Continuing up, B 2, C sharp, D sharp with our 4th finger, and that'll be our checkpoint. Thumb again on E, and from here just repeats 2, 3, thumb on A, 2 B, 3 C sharp, D sharp on 4th finger, and ending with our pinky on E back down. 4, 3, 2, 1, 3 on G sharp, thumb on E, crossing over now to 4th finger. That's going to be our checkpoint. 4th finger D sharp, continuing on. 3 G sharp, 2 F sharp, and then ending with our thumb on E. Again, 4th finger, use that 4th finger on that D sharp. Left hand. Okay, left hand, we're going to start with our pinky. Again, same fingering numbers as our previous scales, just these new sets of notes. E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B with our thumb, 3rd finger on C sharp, 2 D sharp, thumb on E. Crossing over now to our 4th finger on F sharp. Use that as your checkpoint. 4th finger F sharp, G sharp. From here it's just repetitive. Thumb on B, 3 C sharp, 2 D sharp, E. Going back down. Make sure our thumb gets to B, F sharp, and then thumb on E, C sharp, B with our thumb, 3 G sharp, 4 F sharp, and then ending with our pinky. Now we're starting to use a lot more of the black keys. Now one of the things you'll notice is our thumb will start going down after the succession of black keys. I'm done playing black keys, so my thumb's going to go down. Thumb is going to go after the last black key. Thumb, and then ending with our pinky. So use that as kind of another way of thinking about it. Same thing with the right hand. Ending black key. Your thumb will go down after that succession of black keys. Of course, knowing the notes of the scale will be more helpful than that, but that's kind of something else to think about. And when you play hands together, again, like the other ones, our 3rd fingers will line up on these. Okay, as we move further, that will not be the case because our fingerings will change in our next key signature. Okay, practice these hands separately, start putting them together. Again, understanding how these notes fit within the key will help you better understand melodies, and especially this one because we're going to have a melody being played with our left hand, and it's going to be that moving bass line that everybody, hopefully you've heard the song, everybody kind of knows to be Don't Stop Believing. Okay, let's go ahead and learn all of the chords within the key. Here we go. Again, write out your scale. We're going to do all skips within this scale. First chord being E, because we're in the key of E. E major, E, G sharp, and B. Let's go ahead and move on up. All skips within the key. F sharp, A, C sharp. We have our F sharp minor. Continuing up. G sharp minor, G sharp, B, and D sharp. Okay, continuing up. Next one, A major, A, C sharp, and E. Next one, B major, B, D sharp, and F sharp. Okay, moving on up. C sharp minor, C sharp, E, and G sharp. And last but not least, our D sharp diminished. D sharp, F sharp, and A. Okay, memorize all of these. Again, you will see these in other keys, so memorize them now. Okay, E major, E, G sharp, B, F sharp minor, F sharp, A, and C sharp. G sharp minor, G sharp, B, and D sharp. A major, A, C sharp, and E. B major, B, D sharp, F sharp. C sharp minor, C sharp, E, and G sharp. And then D sharp diminished, D sharp, F sharp, and A. Very good. Let's take a look at the song. And we're just going to go over the chords first. We're not going to go over how to actually play it first. We're just going to go over the chords. And so the song has kind of these patterns of 8 measures, and the intro and verse follow that. So you have the music in front of you, and you guys see it. It's almost a direct repeat of 4 measures, but there's one chord that's different. So let's go over each of these chords. Okay, the first chord is going to be our E major chord. E, G sharp, and B. Then we're going to move, after 4 counts, to B major. And I'm doing everything in root position just so we practice the chords. B, D sharp, and F sharp. C sharp minor, C sharp, E, and G sharp. And then to A major, A, C sharp, and E. The next set of 4, we have E major, which is the same, then B major. This chord is different. Now we have a G sharp minor. We're going to go to move down for this one. G sharp, B, and D sharp. And this is why it's important to memorize these chords, so when you do see them come up on a lead sheet like you have in front of you, you kind of know them and you know where to go. Okay, and it also helps you understand the inversions that we'll do. Next one, last one, is A, which is one that we've already did. A, C sharp, and E. Let's do all 4 of those. I mean, all 8 of those. Here we go. With the counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. B major, 2, 3, C sharp minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. G sharp minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then repeat. Okay? So now, with this, we need to learn our left hand pattern. Okay, and again, it's almost a direct repeat from the top 4 to the bottom 4, just slightly different notes. Okay, just because the chords are different. So let's get the notes and the counting. Okay, all of the counting except for the first one, 1, 2. E, the first note starts on the beat. 1, 2. Okay. These other notes have what we call syncopated rhythm. So they start on in between the pulses, the 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So let's get the first 4 notes: E, F sharp, G sharp, and B. 2, 3, 4. Let's go over the counting. So we're gonna think 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2. So beat 1, that next beat 1, there won't be anything. You'll just be holding it from the and before that. Listen to that again. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 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 1. And it continues. That rhythm stays the same the entire time. And 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1. Okay? So, those first 4 notes, let's listen to how that's going to sound with those first 4 notes. On E, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3. Okay? 2, 3, and 4, can hear that I'm just holding it through after the and. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2. Okay, next set of notes. Again, from B and 4 and, we have C sharp, D sharp, C sharp, just going back and forth. And 4 and 1, 2. Let's put those together. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2. Okay, last ones. D sharp, E, A, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and then D sharp, E, and then the low E. We'll play an octave from there. And 4, and 1. Okay, if this is moving too fast, just pause it and kind of go over those again. I'm going to play all the way through those so we hear that. So this is just the top 4 measures. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 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 1, 2. Okay, and so you see that each time and 4, that's right, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the B major chord is the next one, it is the next measure, and so that's where we'll be on the B. 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and you know C sharp minor's next. 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and you can see that I'm already holding A for that 4th measure, and 4, and 1. Okay, and I'm playing the chord on 1 because it's important to see how that's going to kind of play into what the right hand's going to do. Let's do that together. I'm just going to play the chords with the left hand pattern. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 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 1, 2. Okay, now the next 4 measures is very similar. The only thing that's going to be a little bit different is going to that G sharp minor and then getting to the A. So here we go. Same first part, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3. Now we have C sharp, D sharp, now G sharp. 2. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and F sharp, G sharp, A. So let's listen to that from the beginning. 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3. And then the ending, we're going to do that same ending. D sharp, E, E. Getting back to the repeat where we repeat that E chord again. Let's do the bottom 4. Okay, I'm going to play them with the chords. And what we did is we came from and 4, and 1, and 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, because it's the G sharp minor, 2, 3, and 4, and then our A major chord. I'm going to play all those together. And if it's moving too fast, I can just pause it and practice. So we're going to go up to tempo. Here we 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, and B, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 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 2, 3, and 4, and 1. And then that will all repeat. So there's the bass line playing just basic chords on the beat 1 so you can hear how it's going to go together. Now, there's a little bit more to do. We have some inversions to take care of, but also the pattern that the right hand is going to do. And the right hand is just going to rock back and forth between some of these patterns. Now, one of the things we can do with this is we can play this chord a certain way. We can play this E major like this and rock back and forth. But actually, what actually happens is it's an open chord. So E, B, and B down here. And what we're going to do is we're going to rock back and forth between those notes. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and again, that being the full measure, that's all of our E chord. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and now we're going to move to that B chord, and all we're going to do is we're going to change this to F sharp. So it's still B, F, and B, sorry, we're just leaving out our D sharp chord. Okay, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and let's listen to what that sounds like with the left hand. And this is tricky because we're landing on the chord, on the next chord, and it'll land with our thumb. So watch this. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. And that's where the next chord, and 4, and then to the next one. Okay? And what we'll do is we'll just kind of go through the chords with the right hand first. So 2, 3, 4. We just did these. 2, 3, 4, and back to the original. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and move our entire hand down. Now we have our A major chord, and this is that fourth measure of the top one. A, C sharp, and A. And we're going to rock between those. Okay? Now, for those who have a little bit smaller hands, maybe some of the younger people in this lesson, feel free to just reduce these down to the actual chords. E, G sharp, and B. B major, B, D sharp, and F, and just rock between those. Do the inversions. A. But if you, hopefully, by just watching this, you'll be able to practice even with the stretch of an octave. Okay, but feel free to reduce these down to just their chord parts. Okay. Okay, let's go for the top four again. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna put that with the left hand. Okay, and I'm gonna play it slowly so you can see how they're gonna line up, because again, because we're switching to the chord on the and, it's gonna line up with the thumb before the chord actually lands. So listen to this. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and... Oh, sorry. And 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. 2 and 3. So now this one changes because we're going to be playing our G sharp minor chord, and what we're going to do, so this is all the same. We have the G sharp, and what we're going to play is B, D sharp, and B. We're going to rock back and forth between that. 2 and 3 and 4. And this is exactly the same A chord that we played the first time. 2. So I'm going to play it through it all the way, those 8 measures. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 2, and 3. So you can kind of hear it, kind of up to tempo, what it's going to sound like all together. This is kind of a tricky one, so make sure you work on this with the counting. Super important that the counting is there, otherwise if the timing's off, it's just not going to sound like the song. Okay, let's go ahead and go on. There's actually one other section that you need to learn, and it's kind of the chorus, right? And so we're going to go over this. It's basically in, let's see, it's basically an alternation of A chord and E chord, but it's embellished by using another chord before it goes to the chord. So instead of just starting, and what we're going to do with the left hand now is we're just going to pulse 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, and that'll be the pulse. Now, what the right hand is going to do is it's going to play a few extra chords here. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. And that's going to be the rhythm for our right hand. Listen to what I'm going to play though. I'm going to play A in the bass, like I said, 1 and 2, but 1 and 2 and what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a B chord, and right now I'm just going to use an inversion of B chord. B, D sharp, and F sharp. 1 and 2 and 3, and I'm going to resolve it to that A chord. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and you can play this up the octave if you like. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then the next one is B to an E chord, E, G sharp, and B, but still over that A note. Listen to that all together. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay? And then once it gets to the next measure on the E, we're going to play the E, but again, we're going to play that B major chord first. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and again, you can play this down. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and it, again, it's just between A, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. But you just play that 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. E, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. So that's how the chorus goes. But what happens is that repeats 3 times. So let's listen to that. So this is going to. So that's 1 time, and then that whole thing repeats 3 times. And then what'll happen is when it gets to the somewhere in the night, all right, hiding somewhere in the night, and then it has this this progression. So we have hiding somewhere in the. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to play a B chord, and this is the somewhere in the night. And what we're going to actually do is we're going to play an actual B chord, B, D sharp, and F sharp. So B to E, and then B, E major to A major. So listen how fast that moves. It moves really fast. And you don't have to move the bass because it moves so quickly. You can just move the bass note, just the one note. Okay, so B, E, B, E, A, and then from there it repeats. So let's listen to that entire chorus going back and repeating into our verse. Okay, so here we go, all together. Remember that first one repeats 3 times. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, and 4. This is the third time. Here we go. Hiding somewhere in the night. And then. So I played it a little bit under tempo so you can hear exactly how it's all going to line up and come together. And again, this is just all using chords, right? But it's going to create the sound that you're going to want to hear for the song. Now, for the chorus, one of the things that you can do is, again, you can take that chorus and move everything up the octave. I played it here. Oh, sorry. You can take this and move it up and keep the bass where it is. Oh, sorry. Okay, you can take that and move up the octave. I like it how it sounds a little bit in the lower range. Just a personal preference. Feel free to take to move it really wherever you want, and you can even move up the. I mean, it sounds weird up the octave for that, but okay. So that, in a nutshell, is "Don't Stop Believin" from Journey. Now, there's a guitar solo and stuff, so you might want to find a friend to help you do that guitar solo that's in the middle. But that guitar solo is just over the. Okay. So there's kind of a lot of parts that go on. But if you kind of break this out, and if you have guests over or whatever, you just want to play, this is a really good one. Everyone knows it. A lot of people know the words, and they can sing along with it. Okay. Thank you for being here. I hope you got a lot out of this. You just put those two parts together back and forth, and you have the song. Okay. Again, thank you. Hope this was helpful. If you haven't done so already, please make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the little notification bell, alert you guys that I've done a new video. Again, please make sure to hit that thumbs up. It really helps out the channel and helps it be discoverable. Thank you guys for being here. I'll see you guys next week.